Hi friends, I am Kevin Shaji. I'm here to make a small video on Budget 2020 and its impact on direct taxation. So it is the impact on direct taxation. This video is a series, not a single video. I will be making multiple videos showing what are all the amendments in this act. So the first video will be covering the most important amendment, that is inclusion of a new slab rate, which most of you will be knowing because of that is the most important amendment in this budget. So we know that previously we have a slab rate, like for normal citizens we have slab rate from 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, then 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10 lakh and above. 2,50,000 to 5 lakh will be taxed at 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh will be taxed at 20%, and above will be taxed at 30%. And it will be different for senior citizens. For senior citizens, it will be like 3 lakh to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, and more than 10 lakh. And super senior citizen will be 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10 lakh to 10 lakh and above. So the new slab rate is in the interval of 2,50,000. I just write up here. So this is for your information. This slab rate is an option. While following this option, there are so many advantages, so many disadvantages, and I will be covering each and every aspect of the new slab. So let's see what is a new slab. 0 to 2,50,000 no tax. 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, or the tax rate is 5%. 5 lakh to 7,50,000, 10%. That's why I told it is in the interval of 2,50,000. 7,50,000 to 10 lakh, it is 15%. 10 lakh, that's correct. 10 lakh to 12,50,000, it is 20%. So the slab rate is there is uniform pattern in the new slab rate. Then 12,50,000 to 15 lakh, it is 25%. So many three. That's a uniform pattern in increase in rate, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 on every increase of 2,50,000 rupees. And the ultimate slab above 15 lakh, it will be 30%. Of course, it will be added with surcharge and most important this cess also. This is covered under which section? 115 BAC. Section 115 BAC. So let's see what is the UK. If you are following this slab rate, of course this is far better than the original slab rate. Why it is far better? This rate is almost same, but from here onwards there is a difference. Here entirely it was 20% earlier, and from here on entirely it was 30% earlier. So that's a change in slab rate. For this change in slab rate, there are some conditions. So there are some conditions. You have to earlier so many benefits were available. Now you are not allowed to take those benefits. What are those benefits which you are not allowed to take? In first we will go by head, salary head, house by head wise we will be going through, so that will be easier for you to understand. First one is leave travel allowance. Leave travel allowance means you can claim in a consecutive years. You can claim leave travel allowance from the employer. That you cannot claim in the new system. Number 1. Number 2, HRA, house rent allowance. This is one of the most important this deduction that deduction is an exemption actually. It is section 1013A. Section 1013A is an exemption, not a deduction. Even leave time allowance is also an exemption. It is what is this HRS SLAB earlier is will be what you call rent paid over the 10% of salary or 5,000 per month or 50% of the salary, basic salary, 50% of the basic salary. In case of metro cities and other cities, it will be 40%. That SLAB, this is one of the most important deduction that an employee, especially an employee, used to enjoy. This will not be allowed as deduction. Then there are further other deductions that are not allowed. Some of the allowance in 1014. I will give you a separate list. 1014 there are some allowance that you are not allowed to carry. For that I will show separately. Then the last one is the section 16. Section 16 consists of two things. Section 16 to 16.3, which is neither 16.3 is entertainment allowance, and 16.2 is section 16.2 is what? It is professional tax. This professional tax means a state has the authority to collect tax up to 2,500 per year. Not this is the right of state. This is the right of the local self-government. And when we pay tax, when an employee, when a professional, technically all employees are considered professional as per this thing. When an employee pays this tax, that can be claimed as deduction under Income Tax Act. This not deduction, exemption as Income Tax Act, and this exemption you will not claim if you are following this section. This is what is found in this. All deduction will go away under the head salary. Now house property. House property, the most important deduction that you used to enjoy is the house rent allowance. Interest on house property. Normally, if you are having a vacant property, when you have a vacant property, there is a deduction that is section 23(2). This section 23(2). What is section 23(2)? Section 23(2) is interest on house property deduction. This deduction can be enjoyed by both the self-owned property as well as this property which is given as tenant. We are given to tenant and we are earning rent from it. For the second part is, if you are giving a property for a tenant and they are earning rent from it, then this deduction is not a problem. If we are having a self-occupied property and we are paying interest for this for making this or buying the self-occupied property, then you cannot claim this deduction if following this method. That is the most important deduction that you will miss if you are following this section. Page BP. Now we covered loss of deduction in salary, loss of deduction in house property. Next head is PGBP. We are losing certain deduction in profits and gains of business or profession also. What are the deductions that you will use? First one is additional depreciation. Additional depreciation. What is this additional depreciation? You will be in the first year of, in case you have manufacturing entity, in the first year of manufacturing you will get an additional depreciation that you cannot claim in case of, if you follow this SLAB rate. Then next one is 32 section. I will just explain this. Section. Why should I confuse it? Section 32, 1. This is additional depreciation. Additional depreciation means what? You are eligible for claiming additional depreciation if your manufacturing entity up to 20%. That is there. And there are, apart from all this additional depreciation, there is another deductions available if you are having industries, manufacturing entity specified notified areas. That is section 32D, 32AD. Then that also you cannot claim. 32AD. 32AD, that you cannot claim because this in the notified backward area, it includes some places in Telangana, Orissa, some other places. There are many places that is notified by the government, which is considered as backward area. Where if you are starting a business, then you will get an additional deduction on purchase of machinery, that is 3280. Now the other important 33AB. This 33AB is what we call as tea induction tea board, coffee board, all these things that that is what you call. If you are for purchase of some, you can make a separate allowance, and the separate allowance can be claimed as deduction. That is what is mentioned in this 33AB. 33AB is site registration fund. This is also specific elements that you have to make by opening an account in a particular bank. For this is for site registration allowance is for those like exploration company, exploration of natural resources. That is 33ABA. This deduction also you cannot claim. So it means if you are having business and profession also, you can claim this slab rate, but you cannot claim any of the deductions. That is necessarily 33ABA. Then next one is 35. That is a very big deduction actually. Scientific expenditure, you can claim 100% of expenses, that is for expenditure on scientific deduction on scientific research. If you are spending for scientific research, that deduction you can claim 100% of deduction. But unfortunately now, because if you follow this slab rate, you cannot claim that. Then 3580. This 3580 consists of so many industry like cold storage. This if you are starting a hospital of 100 beds or more, then you will get deduction, 100% deduction on the investment value. That deduction you cannot claim under 3580. That was eligible for to claim, but you cannot claim as per the new. If you find news there. Then 35 CCC. This is regarding agricultural extension project, for which also you cannot claim deduction. Then very important another thing is 10A. This 10A, what is this 10A? If you are starting up an entity in special economic zone, then you will get so much deduction on profit. There are 3 stages, like up to 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That's you could have claimed huge deduction on, that is on actual profit you earn. Now that is not possible to be claimed. Then income from other sources. So these are all the benefits you have to forego in case of business or profession. So all this deduction you should have to forego. Then the last one, income from other sources. Income from other sources also you have what are the deduction that you have to forego? One is MLA MP fund, MLA allowance for an MLA or MP, and whatever MLA MP allowance was there, that you have to forego if you follow this slab. Number 2 is allowance. This is a small allowance. In case of minor, you can claim the 1,000. This is my small allowance on income earned. That is section 1032. Allowance on minor. And the last one is family pension. This family pension you can family pension deduction. Last one is family pension deduction. Family pension is actually, if you are checking, normally salary will be paid taxed under salary head, but family pension will be not taxed under salary head, but will be taxed under income from other sources. So family, you cannot claim family pension if you are following this step. Normally earlier you could claim 1/3 of the pension of 15,000 that is not possible now. So these are the elements that you will use if you follow the new SLAB. Hope that this video is helpful for you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.